Yeah, glad that was short. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what we hope we're going to see from Digimon Ghost Game. With Digimon Adventure 2020 freshly behind us now.
Yes, amazingly freshly behind.
Yes, and we've never had two seasons that come this close together. Except actually, Digimon Adventure 02 and Tamers was actually...
pretty close. I'm not sure it was literally the next week, but
I'm pretty sure I looked it up because someone mentioned it. It was this fast. I was very surprised.
In the English dubs? Alright.
Yeah.
I remember Tamers coming out real quick soon after 02, which was a good thing, because 02 left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yes.
But that's totally not what we're talking about today.
And as much as we may badmouth 2020, it was not as bad as, as that.
No.
So, with Ghost Game just around the corner, it's a brand new season. It's a whole new chance for everything to change, because, well, that is what Digimon has done in the past.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful that they usually change it up, because pretty much every time they do a direct sequel, they've messed it up. So I am very glad to get something fresh, something new. And, I mean, different seasons have talked about Ghosts before, so it will be interesting to see what direction they go about.
What they consider Ghost in the Digimon world is, yes.
Yes. We are making this video before we have seen a single episode of Ghost Game.
We just 30 seconds of trailer, so I really don't know much about what Ghost Game plans to be.
So this is our personal wish list of what we want to see when Ghost Game comes out.
And this really isn't unique to Ghost Game, it's just more of what we'd like to see in Digimon series.
Period. Like, we're picking our favorite bits from other seasons kind of thing.
As examples of the kind of stuff we like, yes.
Of what we like, because no season's going to be perfect. We're not going to get everything we want. But this is what, for us as Digimon fans, for almost all my life, I mean, it came out when I was 8, and I've been watching it ever since. This is what I want to see when a new season comes out. So, sit back, relax, and listen to us rant about what we like about the Digimon universe and hope to see in the new one.
Yep, enjoy two grown men ranting and raving about children's cartoon.
Thanks straight.
And I don't regret a second of it.
Yes. So, in no particular order, these are just things that we've sat down and thought about as we are going through. Is one of my main things coming off of 2020 is a story that at least pays off, because we just came off of the crests of Digimon Adventure 2020, which literally for 12 episodes we're talking all about, and they just left.
Yeah, and we're not sure if they actually did anything.
I mean, the symbols showed up in the final battle, so it kind of sort of maybe did, but we don't know.
I can say some things might have been because of that, but I don't know for sure. And I'm going to say they did because it just makes me want to say they had some kind of payoff.
Yeah, so you can't spend 12 episodes of your anime building something up and then just nothing comes of it. Nothing happens. It was just... And I mean, it's not just 2020 that's done this. There's the constant tying in Digimon feeding off of human emotions. There's many different games and seasons that have tried to do this.
Yes.
And it just never quite goes anywhere. The very obscure Digimon Data Squad video game is actually the best that's
following through that platform.
Has done with that. But so many other times it hasn't. So I just want to see a story start and finish and actually feel like
a complete, total, concluded plot arc.
Yeah, everything wraps up. There's a reason for everything. Just not just action and this happens because the writers felt like it. It actually feels like a story. Because don't get me wrong, the writers will do things they feel like it. That's the whole point. Yeah. But disguise that, please.
Alright, first one on my list is growth between the Digimon partners themselves, too, or maybe random Digimon, as it turns out. Like in Cross Wars with Shoutmon, and especially in the Tamers with Impmon.
Yes.
You may never be able to get an Impmon quite like that again, but...
No.
Just the concept of Digimon themselves having some plot arcs and growth and character development, too.
Yes.
They rarely change from the beginning of the series.
Yes, there are not many, especially the partners themselves. There's not usually a lot that changes with them. The kids grow a lot.
Yes.
But the Digimon themselves not so much. It is a very rare thing to do, and those are two excellent examples of
it done well,
of where it's done right. I mean, you can say little bits and pieces, like, you know, Guillemon might not be quite as innocent and fights more. I mean, you can do little ones here and there, but really those are the two that stand out to me. And it's just something that is a very nice touch that has been rare, but is very appreciated when we've gotten it.
Yes.
And my next point really just kind of goes off of the whole story one. It's just, if you're going to introduce these stories, I understand sometimes you need a relaxing filler episode, but at least have everything loosely tied around it. Again, my mind goes back to Adventure 2020 a lot, just because it's the most recent one
so fresh.
We've seen. And just, there seems so many episodes where they just lost the point.
Yeah.
The great catastrophe was coming, and we didn't learn anything about it. It just, we went on a field trip with no weapons. We
watched Rebellymon fight Boltmon.
Yes, which was an awesome fight, don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's a wonderful looking episode,
But what overall did it do? I mean, even if you just at least mention and acknowledge that things are going on and it's not, you know, integral to the plot, I understand. At least say you're going to the place. At least show me.
Try to recruit Rebellymon in case it turns out that's an army coming and you need them to fight.
Yeah. You gotta just show me you at least trying. Because many times it feels like many seasons they just forget. Like, you know, the slow start of Data Squad. You know, they kind of just didn't really get going for a while. Then they really got going. It was amazing. But for a while, it took a while to find what they wanted.
That's ironic. Very fittingly leads to my next point, and I want a good villain.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Data Squad Savers had an excellent villain.
I would say is the best villain in all of Digimon.
I don't think it's even close.
Oh, God, Karada. Whew. Man, that was a strong villain.
And that led to an amazing, long, satisfactory arc.
Yes.
Yeah, that was...
Yes, he was very well done. Where I could say almost none of the villains in the last season come anywhere near one I'll really remember.
Most of them didn't even speak.
Yeah. Devimon talked more when he was dead.
Yeah, we learned more about Devimon and his plans after he died.
Yeah.
Than we ever did during his plot arc.
Yeah. I mean, Lord Bagra and Axe Knightmon and...
yeah, they're not bad.
They're acceptable. Yeah, they weren't
My Oldest Mon's good. The Dark Masters are very good. Even just those I'd be satisfied with. But
Yeah.
I mean, if we could get another Karada, I mean...
Oh, my God.
That'd be so wonderful.
Oh, there's been a long time since there's been a character I just hated his guts so badly. That was an amazing villain. So my next thing is another thing that kind of triggered me from Adventure 2020. Teamwork. A group that can actually stay together and work together. Because I don't want to even count how many episodes in 2020 that they were separated. That they were not a group.
They were not even more than two, three tops.
Yeah. It really felt like they were a complete group of 8 for like 10 episodes in total, maybe.
Yeah.
It really felt like so few that they actually came together. I mean, Tamers look like they have good teamwork compared to what we got in 2020. And Tamers is not a good example.
The lack of teamwork is one of my biggest problems with Tamer.
Yeah, no, that was a very strong point of the original. Well, the original adventure is, I mean, sure, they didn't at first, but that's the whole point. You throw 8 random people together, it's not going to happen. And yes, they did split up in the end of Adventure 2, yada yada. I hear you down in the comments. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But even then, they came back together as a cohesive group.
Yeah, and they were a group to fight Myotismon. They were a group to fight everything else up until then. Well, especially once they found Akari. She was special.
Yes.
She arrived a little late. But yeah, just a team that actually feels like, you know, they like each other, at least to some extent. I mean, you won't always get everyone liking everyone.
Yeah, even if they don't like each other, they realize each other's strengths and weaknesses and realize they need each other to be as strong as they all can be.
Because, you know, Tai is the leader. He'll go charging into everything, but he'll remember to ask Izzy or Koshiro about, hey, wait, I don't understand this. What's going on?
Yeah, because again, at the beginning, Tai in the Venture was, smacking around his computer, being kind of a jerk to him. And at the end, he's his right-hand man and asking him his advice and opinion on all these things and how they should go about.
So it doesn't have to start that way. It's probably better if it doesn't start that way. But it's another part of growth, which sometimes seasons don't do as well. And because you can start being obnoxious and everything, just so long as it changes.
Mm-hmm. And again, and with that growth, I'm talking about this is kind of when I want the Digivolutions unlocked.
Yes. I mean, I understand sometimes for champions it's not as needed. But when you're starting to get into your ultimates, your megas, that needs to be a pivotal
point in the story, the character, something like that.
Especially if there's only going to be the 3 tamers in this one, you really got to nail those because you don't have, 8 you have to throw all together or whatever. We will know these characters well. I mean, there could end up being more. We don't know.
They could do tamers, and it could be 8 by the end.
Oh, yeah. Those guys grew, and I remember all their names. Yeah, but yeah, no, it just.
Plus the girl, the Doberman.
Yes. Yeah, her name.
Yep, her. She's very important.
Yes. Because I mean, I'm harping on 2020. I'm sorry, but Mimi. Going to Lilymon. Your anger and rage caused me to Digivolve. Yes, that happens. You get these things. You get Skull Greymon. You don't get Cute Flower Girl. No. Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
One of my favorite examples is from the original adventure with Sora and learning that even though her mother seemed to be badgering her just because she loved her and didn't want her to get hurt and cared for her. Mm-hmm. And when she realized that with her own actions in Diamond, that was a really nice character growth moment for her. The first get Garudamon.
Yes, that was well done. It wasn't just they didn't even know what the crests meant. That was the first time they actually did know what they meant. But they didn't just shout one word and Digivolve.
Yes. They didn't try to beat up some people who were starving, trying to get some food from them.
That's how you get your mega.
Yeah, not like that. That's not how you unlock a mega.
No. And one of my biggest things is, I think this is one of my biggest problems with Frontier especially, is the bond between the Digimon and the human. It kind of goes with, a good Digivolving sequence or pivoting point is just, because Frontier lost that.
There was no Digimon partner.
There was no Digimon. And in this one, in 2020, it felt like some of them kind of had it. Like, I think Joe and Gomamon still...
I've always liked the Joe and Gomamon relationship.
Koshiro and Tentamon still, yeah. But then, like, Piyomon and Sora there, turning around from, I hate you, temper tantrum, running away, to immediately turning around and Digivolving to Mega. It's like, wait, what? And I mean, you don't need to force it down our throats. None of this has to be forced. And that was part of the problem in 2020 is a lot of it felt forced. Is you just need to have 30 seconds in an episode that they just sit down and, have a couple, just talk a little. It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering, revelations. Just like, hey, you
even
okay?
Just, something like Agumon trying to steal an extra piece of food and how whoever reacts to him in that way.
Yeah, just these moments to show that they're not Pokemon just saying their names. Digimon are basically people. I mean, different, but they are basically another person. They have their own desires. They have their own...
Like I said earlier, hopefully their own plot arcs.
Yes. Because there is just as important to the team as the human. And sometimes I think seasons don't realize that. The show's named Digimon, not human.
And again, harping off to 2020, all the fights are usually over in 1 to 2 blows once it became real fights. Make it means if it becomes to that point, make it be a tough battle before then. Make me wonder if they're going to win. The good guys are going to win these fights, or if they're going to have to retreat sometimes.
Yes. I mean, there are a lot of times in Digimon's past where I Digivolve, I win. That has happened a lot.
I mean, for example, Angemon and Myolismon and Adventure. That is very much we Digivolve the Angemon, we win. But there's so much more to that fight and lead up to that moment.
Oh, yeah. Wizardmon's death, the constant throwing them off the building and deflecting all their attacks. There's a huge build-up to it. Where a lot of these ones were just...
And I love that. So again, it can be, by Digivolve I win, but...
But that was a huge pivotal moment for the character.
Yes. To
cause that and those coincided. You can mix these elements together, and a good writer will do that. But I mean, it's really just also having the idea that they can lose.
Yes.
Because a lot of this season is, I can't think of a single time where...
The only times I can think they lost were Matt and Garurumon off screen for the Mephisto one episode, and Joe
getting captured constantly.
And, losing a fight to a couple of champion levels.
With a few rookies, Yeah,
so that's the only time I ever thought they would ever possibly lose. Actually, I didn't think I wouldn't have guessed Joe would lose that battle.
Yeah. If they didn't show him already captured.
Kai and Agumon separated, and I didn't think they were going to lose the battle.
Yeah.
That's how bad that was at times.
Yes. So yeah, just battles that aren't over instantly, and
maybe lose a couple times to the villain shows the actual threat that you have to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or it doesn't even have to be the main villain. There can be other things in the world that kick your butt. I mean, Digimon is varied levels and weird things happen. I mean, I assume we'll go stick with, the usual rookie champion ultimate, but some seasons they've even kind of thrown that out the window in the Cross Wars, so, and Frontier pretty much did too, so. One of my things, again, coming off of Adventure 2020 and almost every Digimon season, is the ending. I have still yet to find a season where I'm really satisfied with the ending. Because my two favorite seasons, and pretty much Audrey's too, I can almost say for sure, is the original Adventure. The final fight wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but, it built up. Once they were back, they did kind of beat him real quick.
Pretty easily,
Amazing wrap-up afterward.
Oh, amazing epilogue. Incredible epilogue.
I mean, it still brings tears to my eyes. I recently watched it again just a couple months ago, and my eyes were still watering up watching that. And then Cross Wars. Yes, I said it. I like Cross Wars.
Cross Wars is awesome. I don't know what's wrong with you people in the comments.
Yes. And that is an amazing final battle.
Oh, yes.
Just watching that final cross, brings in all the legendary warriors, opens up the portal, brings everybody in. Yeah, that battle ended quick after that. I Digivolve, I win. But it was such an amazing build-up, and it made so much sense.
Yeah, it was a battle for the crest, the last two episodes up to it.
Yeah, and then, oops, we got to wrap up. We got a minute and a half. Let's go. Bye.
Yeah. Not exaggerating much, if at all.
Yeah, here I'll probably put the time right here of how long they actually take after they defeat Bagra. It is not long.
No, it is pretty much, I'll come for Broly, I'll go home, bye-bye.
Yes. But those are two great examples of the two sides, and I just need a season that can do both.
Somehow manages to get both aspects right.
Because 2020 wasn't a bad final battle.
No.
I enjoyed the final battle. But the epilogue was like, what?
And even the time they gave the epilogue might have been okay if they'd done a little more with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's far down the line, the ending of the season. But I've still yet to find one that feels right. Completely.
Yeah, and speaking of writing good endings, I would like clever, good, well-written stories and battles. And again, not just I don't have to fight everything else. Be creative. Like Cross Wars. In the beginning, they were so much weaker than their opponents, but they found ways to win still.
Oh no, you captured me. Here, have my cross loader.
Oh, yes! Writing like that. I loved that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, or in the Death Generals of the same season. Oh, you can't beat me. Oh, my core I implanted in your arm. Or, oh man, that's a whole boatload of bad guys. Let's drop a giant Degradramon on the front and flip the whole thing.
Flip them all off. Yes. Things like that.
Yeah.
And we mentioned Crosswords a lot because Crosswords is really good at that, in my opinion.
Yes, that is pretty much its greatest strength and why we like it, is its story. It's how it was told. Because, yeah, sure, it's a video game plot. You can tell us that, and we will agree with you.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
why
way
it
they
amazes me that I love it so much.
Yeah, but the way they went about it was so well done. And they did lose. They did have problems. They couldn't hold everything together. They had to find ways around it.
And again, I would like a little bit of humor in it, not, stupidly cartoony.
Which I'm sure all of you are going to say, oh, but you guys like adventure! And yes, we do like the English dub. So no, that's all, cartoony and terribly written. And, I mean, they do crack jokes more often, yes. I'm styling, dude, is a line we keep quoting, and I will not be able to tell you what they say in the Japanese version, because it's just a generic line.
It's not memorable.
Yeah. So, you can have your fun in the down moments, or, in just random episodes, and still be serious when you need to be.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. We're 30 and 40, but we still like to have fun. This is a kids show.
It's still cartoons. When it's all said and done. Yeah.
But it's all said and done. We're not looking for this to suddenly turn into an R-rated serious.
And again, it could be some more serious like Tamers. I like Tamers a lot, and that was a much more serious season.
Yes. I don't need the Lovecraftian horror ending.
You don't need more DV for some?
No, I don't need that again. No, that was the thing that gave me a little bit of bad dreams as a young kid watching that one. Ooh, Jerry, stop using her voice. Nope, wasn't creepy at all.
And that's about it for my list. I mean, I think we've probably blabbled on long enough.
Oh, yeah.
This was supposed to be a shorter video. That worked out real well.
Yep, we're good at that. We don't rant at all in any way, shape, or form.
No, we're not passionate about this at all.
No.
And before I forget, Toei, Bandai, thank you for making another season.
Oh, especially so fast? That's incredible. As much as, we'll get on you about, Digimon Survive being delayed until the end of times. That's a totally different department doing the games, I'm sure. Very, very much thank you for the animes. Thank you for something that we've been passionate about for 22 years now.
Thank you for creating a project that we care so much about that we'll get here and blabble on for 20 plus minutes. About
something we haven't even seen an episode of yet.
Yes, we've seen about 30 seconds worth of animation from.
Yes. So yes, indeed. Thank you for that. And thank you anyone who made it this far in the video of us ranting out. What's something you want to see in Ghostman?
Tell us what we forgot.
Tell us in the comments down below. Subscribe, as we will be keeping up with these reviews and discussions of the anime as things are going along. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And as always, everyone, keep staying awesome. Till we see you next time. Take care.